Hi, this is Kashpunisa Bhagyawadi. Welcome to my channel. In this video, I am going to talk about Amazon S3 replication. So in this video, I am going to cover these points. What is replication, CRR, SRR, what does or doesn't S3 replicates, and we will have hands-on demo. So let's start. So what is replication? Replication is a feature that replicates the data from one bucket to another bucket. So if you want to have multiple copies of your data, so you can create one source bucket and one another bucket is nothing but your destination bucket. You can set the replication rules and it will your objects, your data will be get replicate from one bucket to another bucket. Replication enables automatic asynchronous copying of object across Amazon S3 buckets. So it will get replicate automatically. You no need to manually go and copy from one bucket and paste to in another bucket. It is the automatic process and it is asynchronous. So as soon as you created or uploaded objects in your source bucket, it will get replicated to your destination bucket. Replication requires versioning to be enabled on both the source and destination buckets. So versioning should be enabled to your both buckets. The object replicas in the destination bucket are exact replica of the object in the source bucket. They have the same key names and the same metadata. For example, creation time, owner, user defined metadata, version ID, access control list, and storage class. So whatever your objects, whatever your data in your source bucket will get exactly replicate in your destination bucket. Optionally, you can explicitly specify a different storage class for object replica. So if you want to change your storage class in your destination bucket, you can do while configuring the replication rules. So you can set different storage class as your source bucket object. So suppose if you are having a standard storage class for your source object, you can set some standard IA or Glacier. So you can save some storage cost while replicating. So you can change your storage class while setting your replication rules. And regardless of who owns the source bucket or the source objects, you can choose the change replica ownership to the AWS account that owns the destination bucket. If you want to change the ownership of your source bucket or object, you can do that also. So in while setting your replication rules, you can select this option. You can change the ownership and that can be possible. So you will get by default exact copies, and if you want to do some changes in storage class or ownership, you can set that as well while replicating your objects. You can use Amazon S3 console to add replication rules to the source bucket. You can create a rule to replicate all the objects in a bucket or a subset of objects with a specific key name, a prefix, one or more object tags, or both. A destination bucket can be in the same AWS account as the source bucket, or it can be in different account. So you can use AWS console, Amazon S3 console, to set these replication rules, and you can replicate your objects. You can set like if you want to replicate all your objects, you can do that well. And if you want to only some specific key prefix you want to replicate those objects, you can set, or as per your object tag you can do that also, or you can use both key name prefix and object tag. So if you don't want to replicate all your objects from your bucket, so you can set some specific key names or tags, or optionally you can use the both also. A destination bucket can be in the same account, and your destination bucket can be in different account also. So that is also possible. So you can replicate your object across the accounts. If you specify an object version ID to delete, Amazon S3 deletes that object version in the source bucket, but it doesn't replicate the deletion in the destination bucket. In other words, it doesn't delete the same object version from the destination bucket. This protects data from malicious deletion. So, if while replicating your object, suppose if you delete some object with version ID, that delete action will get not replicate to the destination bucket. So this will help to protect your data from malicious deletion or accidental deletion. So delete action will get not replicate to your destination bucket. Okay. If the destination buckets in the different account from the source bucket, you must add a bucket policy to the destination bucket to grant the owner of the source bucket account permission to replicate objects in the destination bucket. The Amazon S3 console builds this required bucket policy for you to copy and add the destination bucket in the another account. Suppose if you want to replicate your object from one account to another in different account, in that case you have to create one bucket policy to allow the permission to destination bucket to access data from your source bucket to replicate it. So while you if you using S3 console to set rules, it will get this policy will get created automatically for you. But if you are using or you are setting this replication rule in your AWS SDK or with the help of CLI, so you must explicitly create this bucket policy to give the permission to the destination bucket to replicate your objects from the source bucket. Okay. Okay, moving ahead, CRR, it is nothing but cross-region replication. So there are two types of object replication: cross-region replication, it is CRR, and same region replication, it is SRR. So what is cross-region replication? As the name suggests, it used to copy objects from Amazon S3 bucket in different AWS regions. So suppose your source and destination buckets are in different AWS regions. So in that case, that is nothing but cross-region replication. So you want to replicate your object from one AWS region, bucket from one AWS region to bucket in the another AWS region. This is nothing but the cross-region replication. So it is possible with the CRR. Cross-region replication can help you do the following. So these are the use cases for CRR. Meet compliance requirements. Although Amazon S3 stores your data across multiple geographically distant availability zones by default, compliance requirement might dictate that you store data at even greater distances. Cross-region replication allows you to replicate data between distant AWS regions to satisfy this requirement. Suppose if you are having some compliance requirement that you should have multiple sets of your data at some longer distance. So you can set CRR and you can replicate your object from one region to another region and you can meet this compliance. Minimize latency. If your customers are into geographic location, you can minimize latency in accessing objects by maintaining object copies in AWS regions that are geographically closer to your user. So if you are having your end users in different geographic regions, so you can set this CRR. From one region you can replicate your object to another region that are close to your end user, so they will get minimum latency and good user experience. Increase operational efficiency. If you have compute clusters into the different AWS regions that analyze the same set of objects, you might choose to maintain object copy in those regions. Suppose you are having two different compute clusters in different AWS region that uses the same data. So you can replicate your data from one region to another with this help of CRR, and your cluster will get that copy of your data from the same region where it is executing. So that will be it will give you some increased operational efficiency. So your operation efficiency will get increased, so you with this help of CRR. So these are the use cases of cross region replication. So moving ahead with same region replication, SRR. So SRR is the name, as the name suggests, is used to copy objects across Amazon S3 buckets in the same AWS region. So if your source and destination buckets are in the same AWS region, so you want to replicate your object in the same AWS region, so this you can use in that case you can use SRR. Same region replication can help you do the following. So these are the use cases for SRR. Aggregate logs into a single bucket. If you store logs in multiple buckets or across multiple accounts, you can easily replicate logs into a single in region bucket. This allows for simpler processing of log in a single location. So if you want to aggregate your logs in a single bucket in the same region from multiple accounts, you can use this. So this is the use cases. Configure a live replication between production and test accounts. If you or your customers have production and test account that use the same data, you can replicate objects between those multiple accounts while maintaining object metadata by implementing SRR rules. So if you are having two accounts, for one account for a production environment, one account for test environment, and for those two accounts if you are using the same set of data, so you can replicate from one account data to another account that in the same region. So this, in that case, SRR will be helpful. Abide by data sovereignty laws, you might be required to store multiple copies of your data in separate AWS account within a certain region. Same region replication can help you automatically replicate critical data when compliance regulations don't allow the data to leave your country. So if you are having some compliance requirement that your data should not leave your country, but you want to replicate, you want to have multiple copies of your data, so you can replicate your data from one bucket to another bucket, maybe in the same account or maybe in different account, but in the same region, and you can set this rule with the help of SRR, and you can meet the compliance if you are having your data should not leave your country. So you will meet this requirement with the help of SRR. So what does or doesn't S3 replicates? So while if you set some replication rule, so what AWS S3 replicates on your behalf? Object created after you add a replication configuration. So when you configure your replication rules, now it is set. So what will get replicate? Your object created after. So your before existing object, if you have some object, that will not get replicated. Unencrypted object encrypted at rest under Amazon S3, SSC S3 or customer master keys, same case, stored in AWS KMS. To replicate object encrypted with same keys, CM keys stored in AWS KMS, you must explicitly enable the option. The replicated copy of the object is encrypted using the same type of server-side encryption that was used for the source object. So if you have encryption enable with SSE S3, it will get replicated. If you having encryption with SSE KMS, that those objects will also get replicated, and AWS can use that your CMK keys for your encryption purpose. object metadata will get replicated. Object only in the source bucket for which bucket owner has permission to read objects and access control list. For those for those objects which bucket owner has the permission and ACL, only those objects will get replicated. Object tags, if there are any, tags will get replicated. Object S3 object lock retention information, if there is any. If you enable object lock, that will retention period information will get replicated. By default, Amazon S3 doesn't replicate the following: object that existed before you added the replication configuration on the bucket. So before any existing object, those will not get replicated. Object created with server side encryption with SSCC encryption key, so those will not those will not replicate with SSCC encryption. Object that are stored in S3 Glacier or S3 Glacier Deep Archive storage class. Object in the source bucket that the bucket owner doesn't have permission for. So if bucket owner not having permission for some object, those objects will get not replicated. Action performed by lifecycle configuration. For example, if lifecycle configuration is enabled only on your source bucket, Amazon S3 create delete marker for expired object but doesn't replicate those markers. If you want the same lifecycle configuration applied to both source and destination bucket, enable the same lifecycle configuration on both. If you set some lifecycle rules on your source bucket, that will not replicate to your destination bucket. If you want to apply same set of rules, so you have to explicitly say that life cycle configuration rule to your destination bucket as well. Objects in the source bucket that are replicas that were created by another replication rule. You can replicate object from a source bucket to only one destination bucket. So you cannot have a nested type of replication set. So suppose one source bucket you are replicating to the, suppose there is bucket A, you are replicating to bucket B, and from bucket B you want to replicate the same object to bucket C. So that is not possible. So it is possible only one source and one destination bucket, only that is. So nested replication is not possible. So now we will have hands-on demo for this replication. So I logged into my AWS account and I am my S3 management console. So here I am having one bucket. So let's click on this. So here we can see we can go in management tab. So in management you can see here, go little down, replication rules. So we can create our replication source. Currently I don't have any replication rule. So click on the create replication rule. So here you can configure your rules. So you can enter some name to identify, suppose demo. So you can give some, you can select some IAM role, so or you can create the new. So Amazon S3 will create a new role on behalf of you. So status, if you want to keep it this rule for now enable or disable, you can set the status, you can set the priority. So okay, for now I want to keep it enable. And for source bucket, so source bucket is nothing but that bucket in which now currently I am having. So this is my bucket name, this is my region. Choose a rule scope. Limit the scope of this rule using one or more filters. This so if you want to add filters, from if you want to replicate your object from any key name prefix, so you can suppose here write any key, suppose logs or anything. So you can give some prefix, so only objects that comes under that prefix will get replicated. or if you want to replicate with the help of tag, so you can add those tag here like this, like key and value pair. So I don't want to do that. Or if you want to replicate all the objects in your source bucket, in that case you can click on this. So your all object in that source bucket will get replicated in your destination bucket. So this is from source bucket setting. Now we will set our destination bucket setting. So destination is nothing but the bucket in which you want to replicate your object. Choose a bucket in this account and choose a bucket you can choose from in another account as well. So currently I am using in the same account. Okay, now you can choose the name of your bucket, destination bucket. So you can browse. So here I am having 3 buckets. So this is my source. Now for destination I have to choose another bucket. So for this one, okay, click on choose path. So okay, now here it is showing that replication required versioning to be enabled for the destination. So as we say, so versioning should be enabled on your source and bucket as well, on both. So it is not enabled on my destination bucket. So you can click here and it will get enabled, versioning get enabled on your destination bucket. So you can now get continue. For storage class, so you can change the storage class, or if you want to keep the same, you can keep the same. If you click on this, then you will get the options to select the another storage class. So if you suppose I want to for my destination bucket I want to replicate my object in standard IA, I can select this. And replication time control, if you want to set some time control with that, suppose within 15 minutes if you want to replicate, you can click this option. Right now I am not going to click on that. And replication criteria, replicate object encrypted with AWS KMS. So if you want to apply KMS encryption, then you can click on this. For now I am not going to click on that. So okay, these are the default setting. So for that, while you are setting the replication rule, you have to give some name, you have to create role, and then you have to set your source buckets. You choose your bucket name and you want to some filtering, you can enable. Or if you want to replicate all objects, you can select this option. And for destination setting, you can choose same or different account. If you want to see what are the options available here, so you can if you want to replicate your object in different account, you can put here account ID and bucket name. So for this demo purpose I am going to use the same account, and as we already select this my destination bucket. Okay, and you should versioning should be enabled on your source and destination both bucket. You can keep same or different storage class, and that's it. If you want to use encryption, enable encryption, you can use that. And this is while clicking on the save button, your replication rule gets set and replication will be enabled. And as soon as when you upload or create some object in your source bucket, it will get replicated in your destination bucket. Okay, that's it for this video. I hope you like this. If you like, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. Bye.